Hi Mari.
Hi.
And welcome to Boss Women.
Thank you for having me.
So today we're going to just find out about how you built your brand, your Blomstra, your skincare, and just a little about how you grew up and just to get to know Mari really. That's what we're doing.
Dig deep.
We dig deep, that's right, dig deep. You better give us some good golden nuggets.
Do it.
So what were you like when you were growing up?
When I was growing up, I was the most painfully shy child you could ever meet. I wouldn't speak to anybody, I wouldn't say boo to a goose. I was so nervous and anxious around people.
Really?
Yeah. And then I started working in retail when I was about 16. Then I think the confidence just grew from there.
Just take that one thing, doesn't it, to like boost you?
Yeah, but I was so shy growing up.
Where did your skincare passion come from?
I remember my mum's a hairdresser and she was training to be a beauty therapist when I was about 13 or 14. And she kept coming home with like assessments and training notes, and just sat down and started reading through her notes, and she had to learn this routine, and I was helping her and I was literally learning it with her, and it just grew from there. I was just really interested with it, and growing up I had really bad acne, so I think there was a natural interest of how can I actually solve my issues, and I started looking into and trying loads of different, obviously the first of all, cheap products that you go through trying when you're younger, and just ended up getting really interested about skin from there really, and that's where it started. So then when I left school I decided to go to college and study beauty therapy from there, and then that was it, the rest is history.
Wow, very interesting. So you you enjoy reading then?
Oh, I love, as soon as I've got a spare few minutes, that's it. I'm heads in a book or I'm on the internet. Just love to learn anything about skin or health or nutrition, hormones. Any spare time, I'm literally obsessing and looking into things.
So what made you want to get into business and create Blomstra?
I wanted to create somewhere where I could pass on information. My main focus is for me to share my knowledge. It's not about selling or recommending products. That comes secondary. As long as people understand the skin and why things happen, the drive came from wanting to share information to people.
Yeah, because not you're quite honest about what you're saying, skin comes first, products come second, and there's not many places, even high-end places, it's a lot revolves around selling.
Yeah. I think if you try and sell something, you're never going to sell something, because there's a desperate need there to try and sell something, and
kind of blocks it, doesn't it then?
Yeah, I think as long as you're passing on that information and people out there know what their skin needs and how it functions, they'll always come back here, because that's where they gained that knowledge. If they understand, then I can explain why we're doing what we're doing and how it's going to help. People can obviously go away and do their own research and have a look, but which I encourage to go out there and try and find out information, but Dr. Google isn't always probably the best the best way to get information, because anyone can upload information and not everybody knows. But the more information I think that people have got, the better and well equipped that they are actually to take care of their skin.
So when going back to how you grew up, would you say your family were wealthy, or did they have their own business?
Oh, the complete opposite. We were very poor. We grew up on a council estate, not that there's anything wrong with that. My mum didn't really work because she was looking after 3 children. My dad had left when I was 3 years old. Didn't really have much, didn't participate very, very much. So it was just me, brother and sister, and my mum. So I never really understood business, or it has everything that I know is self-taught really.
Yeah. So you started Blomstra. Give us an idea of a challenge that you faced, and then how did you overcome that?
Nobody knew what I did. I don't think a lot of people understood what I did.
Yeah.
And it was, I still had rent to pay and bills and things, so that was the biggest challenge, was actually getting people to come in through the door. And I remember within the first few weeks, because it was so tiring setting up the place and making your brand, and there's so much to think about. I didn't have a clue.
You do the big things and then it's like the little things.
Yeah, it's all things that you wouldn't even think about. And I was that tired. I remember I had no customers in, and I thought, you know what, I'm just going to lock the door and have a sleep. So I went and buried my head in the sand. I went and had a little nap. But I didn't do that every day, obviously. The way that we overcome it was I created an event for Green Mount. So I contacted all the local businesses. We all created like an activity day, so and we posted that into all the Facebook groups, all on social media platforms, and just invited everybody in the village or anybody elsewhere to just come in. I got a skin scanning machine in, so that enabled me to talk about people's skin, and it created a bit of quite a lot of activity and awareness. People were taking pictures, so that got the ball rolling so that people understood what I actually did. And then from there it was just, obviously social media still was the best way to get clients in, but it was mainly word of mouth really.
Yeah, definitely, because I think what you're doing, like I said, you're going above and beyond the standard format. You know, you're explaining, you're educating, and that's why you're getting clients through the door.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Definitely. So how do you define happiness?
How do I personally define happiness? Personally, I think health, and then the results that we're getting from clients, and obviously their feedback. That is what motivates me to get up in the morning
And do your thing.
and do my thing, yeah.
Where do you see yourself in the future? Like, what do you want?
Would love for more blomsterers to be all around the northwest and nationwide. That would be my ultimate goal for the next 5 years.
Wow. It can happen.
It will.
That's right, it will happen.
It will happen.
Because
everybody wants to know more, and I'm only one man band, so I can't see everybody. We're going to have to spread.
So what do you like to do in your free time?
I absolutely love to go to the gym. If I've ever got a spare hour, I'm in the gym. That's the first thing that I'll be doing. I love cooking and baking. I think I'm turning into an old woman before my time.
Well, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
And giving us an insight into Mari and Blomstra.
Very much.
No problem.
It's been lovely.